Today, man, we got every WWE superstar who was ruined by Triple H. Now, listen, I can name probably 3 people who was personally ruined by Triple H. Number 1, Drew McIntyre. Number 2, Damian Priest. And number 3, LA Knight. Simple as that, bro. Comment down below, man, who you guys think that Triple H just completely just ruined.
When Triple H took over WWE
back.
Creative, fans hoped the game would create the next generation of stars who would define the next era of WWE.
Right.
Instead, what we've witnessed is a graveyard of wasted opportunities, buried momentum, and a creative wasteland where even the most overperformers are left to rot.
Right.
Triple H's regime hasn't just failed to create new stars, it's actively destroyed the careers of wrestlers who were already on the path to becoming something special.
Yep.
From main eventers and legends lost in the midcard to rising stars buried under nonsensical booking, this is every WWE wrestler destroyed under Triple H's leadership.
Come on, let's
Starting
get it.
with none other than the man who went from the Bloodline Hunter to Cody's personal punching bag.
Yeah.
On the road to WrestleMania 39, Drew McIntyre was positioned as one of the most dangerous threats on the entire roster.
Right.
McIntyre had a crystal clear mission and a character arc that fans could invest in. His feud with Roman Reigns and the Usos established him as a legit monster who looked like he could dismantle the Tribal Chief's empire.
Yep.
But then Triple H took over, and everything that made Drew McIntyre special was systematically stripped away.
Bro, I don't know if it's me personally who feel like this, but I feel like that ever since they had Drew McIntyre versus the whole Bloodline feud going on, I feel like that Drew McIntyre should never became a goddamn heel. Why is he a heel right now? It doesn't make sense for him to be a heel. It really doesn't. And I'm hoping they just end up just switching him with whoever. I don't give a damn. But he doesn't need to be a heel no more. I feel like he's been a heel for what? Drew McIntyre's been a heel for a minute. God damn, I'm realizing now he's been a heel for a cool little minute. If they're not planning on trying to make him a champion anytime soon, like a long reigning champion, in my personal opinion, just make him a babyface. I don't give a damn. Do what y'all doing to Sami Zayn right now. Right now, Sami Zayn is just relaxing, just chilling. If anything, I would love for him to turn heel. That would be perfect. I wish he would have turned heel against Jey Uso, and maybe Sami Zayn could be the World Heavyweight Champion. I don't know.
Continuing the bloodline narrative or building Drew into the monster he was becoming, Triple H decided to feed him to Cody Rhodes over and over and over again. The losses started piling up. Each defeat chipped away at the mystique that took years to build. What was once a terrifying presence became a punchline.
Yep.
The worst part is how predictable it all became. Every time Drew and Cody were booked in a match, fans knew exactly how it would end.
Yep.
And now, with their upcoming match on SmackDown, Drew has one final chance at redemption. If he doesn't defeat Cody Rhodes and reclaim some semblance of his former credibility, then Lord have mercy on what's left of his career. However, it's not just current stars who've been fumbled under Triple H's reign. Even established legends haven't been spared from his horrible booking.
Is it Randy? Who's next? Randy Orton? Yeah,
Randy.
I'm kind of confused on what are they trying to comment down below if you guys know or just happen to know about it. But Randy Orton should be damn near close to retiring. So what are they trying to do with this man? I'm praying to God that when it is time for him to retire, I am hoping that they give him a way better retirement match than John Cena. It's sad to say, but I really hope that they give him a better retirement match, or even let him just be the new. I doubt it, but I want him to beat John Cena's 17th, championship. I really want Randy Orton to beat that, and I'm hoping they give him whatever he needs for his retirement match. But I really wonder what is WWE or Triple H plan on when it's time for Randy Orton to retire, because we really don't got long. I feel like we got maybe like 2 to 3 years left before Randy is actually out, which is so sad to think about because all these legends are just gone. But let me see what they got to say about Randy.
Orton is a multi-time world champion, a future Hall of Famer, a wrestler who has main evented WrestleMania, kicked legends in the skull, and defined what it means to be a top guy in WWE for over 2 decades.
He's such a good heel. I love Randy as a heel.
Survivor Series, the ovation was deafening. Fans were ready to see the Viper sink his teeth into meaningful storylines and remind everyone why he's one of the greatest to ever step in the ring. Instead, Triple H has given Randy Orton absolutely nothing. Under Triple H's creative direction, Orton has been stuck in limbo with no consistent storyline, no clear direction, and no satisfying payoffs for the few angles he's been involved in. The most glaring example of this failure is the never-ending tease of a heel turn on Cody Rhodes.
It should have been happened.
For months, WWE has been planting seeds that Randy might betray his former legacy stablemate. Fans have been desperately waiting for the RKO out of nowhere on Cody, but it never comes. And after months of teasing with zero payoff, nobody cares anymore. This is textbook Triple H booking. Drag out a storyline until the heat dies, then quietly abandon it without explanation.
Bro, that's the thing, bro. Once Cody finished his story with goddamn Roman Reigns, bro, and Randy Orton basically helping Cody Rhodes a lot now, bro, that would have been perfect, dude. Oh my God, it could have been so perfect. Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. You got the Cody Rhodes basically versus his mentor at that damn point. And oh my God, bro, I just thought about it. I wish Ted DiBiase was in law trouble right now, lawsuit trouble. I forgot what he did, but dog, that would have been so like hilarious if he just came back out of nowhere or something like that for this like storyline with Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes and stuff like that. That would have been heated. They could have done so many things, but hey, I guess Triple H had better plans, I guess.
Randy Orton deserves better than to be lost in the shuffle. For a performer of Orton's caliber and legacy, this treatment is nothing short of disrespectful. The Viper has been defanged, and Triple H doesn't seem to care. But while Orton's booking has been terrible, what Triple H has done with LA Knight is an absolute case study on how to destroy a wrestler's momentum.
Horrible. I don't.
During the summer of 2023, LA Knight was the hottest name on the roster. His catchphrases were echoing through every arena. His merchandise was flying off the shelves. Fans were chanting his name in every city.
He is
Knight
so
had
good
that
on the
undefinable spark, that lightning in a bottle moment where everything just clicks. All Triple H had to do was pull the trigger. Instead, he hesitated, and that hesitation killed LA Knight's momentum dead in its tracks. Rather than striking while the iron was hot, Triple H buried him in the mid-card. And perhaps most insulting of all, Knight was left off the War Games match despite spending months feuding with members of the Vision. LA Knight should be a world champion by now. Instead, he's trapped in creative purgatory, watching his moment slip away while Triple H keeps pushing Jey Uso.
Insane.
However, Knight isn't the only breakout star whose momentum got derailed by Triple H's horrible booking.
Austin Theory, really?
Under Vince McMahon, Austin Theory was being positioned as the future of WWE. He had the look, the athleticism, and he was handpicked to be the next John Cena. It felt like Austin Theory was going to be a main event player, and it was only a matter of time before he reached that level. But then Vince stepped down, and Triple H immediately dismantled everything that had been built. Theory was stripped of his momentum, failed his cash-in, and got thrown into a tag team with Grayson Waller. And to make matters worse, WWE teased a split between Theory and Waller for months with absolutely no satisfying payoff. Eventually, Austin Theory disappeared from television entirely. Months went by with no explanation. When he finally returned, it was as part of the Vision storyline. How Triple H handles Theory's booking with the Vision will be the final test to see if Theory ever reaches the top of WWE or ends up being another casualty under the game's creative hell. But based on Triple H's track record, the future doesn't look so bright. Because it's not just upcoming single stars who've been ruined by Triple H. Even legendary tag teams.
See, bro, personally, how I feel about when they say Austin Theory, and I hate to say it, the only people that probably deserve a bigger storyline, in my personal opinion, it's not Austin Theory, buddy. I hate to break it to you. I'm so sorry, but how about Montez Ford? That's a good option. How about Penta? That's a good option as well. It's so many wrestlers I can name who needs a bigger push than the current Austin Theory. And this is not an Austin Theory. Hey, I love Austin Theory. He's a great wrestler. Not too much a promo. He's not my overall ideal wrestler. Somebody, listen. This is where Triple H went wrong at. I get it that Jey Uso had so much like aura being part of the bloodline, and we just needed something refreshing. But dog, why couldn't they try to build up Montez Ford? That's somebody who not only is great in the ring, great at promos, He's very, very funny guy. The crowd loves him. I'm pretty sure if they was to switch the whole Jay with Montez Ford versus Gunther and run that whole storyline, people wouldn't even be disappointed. Hell, even give Gunther the win. It doesn't matter. It would still be a great match. But let's see what they're talking about the tag team matches. Tag team matches so far this year, they've been pretty decent. Not all that, but
have paid the price.
I know what
the
they're going
New
to say.
Day is one of the greatest factions in WWE history. Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Big E revolutionized tag team wrestling with their genuine chemistry and the ability to connect with audiences in a way few factions ever have. But then Triple H decided they needed a heel turn. Not because the story demanded it, not because fans were tired of their act, but purely for shock value. In typical Triple H fashion, the turn happened suddenly with no long-term plan attached to it. Since turning heel, the New Day have been floundering in the tag team division with no meaningful stories. Their heel characters feel forced and lame, and there's no reason for fans to care about this version of the New Day beyond the nostalgia of what they used to be. They're stuck in forgettable feuds, fighting for tag team championships that Triple H has made completely meaningless.
And dog, I can't think of the guy's name. I can't think of the guy. Am I saying it right? Grayson Waller? I could be wrong. But the guy who was Austin Theory's tag team partner, why is he a part of New Day? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. It doesn't. Let's stop. It really does not make sense. Whatever. Come on.
Deserved a proper ending to their run as one unit. Instead, they've been sacrificed at the altar of Triple H's ego and his obsession with swerves that serve no purpose beyond generating a few Twitter reactions. But if you think the New Day situation is bad, let's not even get started on how Triple H massacred John Cena's legacy.
I mean, not necessarily. He ruined his farewell tour.
John Cena carried WWE on his back for a decade from 2005 to 2015. He brought back mainstream attention to wrestling. He granted more Make-A-Wish requests than any other celebrity in history. This was the guy kids grew up idolizing. Hustle,
bro, I
loyalty,
forgot
and
already that John Cena retired, dude.
They were principles that defined his character and his real-life contributions. When Cena announced his retirement tour, fans expected WWE to send him off with the respect and dignity he deserved. Instead, Triple H gave him the worst retirement tour imaginable. Cena's heel turn was retconned without any proper explanation. Triple H booked him in random matches against random opponents with zero buildup. But the most unforgivable sin came at Cena's final match. After building an entire career on the never give up motto, after inspiring millions of fans to persevere through their darkest moments, Triple H booked John Cena to tap out to Gunther. John Cena, the man who kicked out of every finisher, who overcame impossible odds.
Dog, you know what I hated so much about John Cena's farewell tour, dude? I get and understand that he's old, but like, I would have loved it if he would have brought back his nostalgic buzz cut for his last run, dude. It's so much stuff that they could have done to make it very, very like iconic and something very, very, you know, just memorable of. Like, dog, this is people, bro. There are grown men who've been watching John Cena since they were like 8, bro. These kids, like these guys are like 30 something now, 40 some years old now, bro. Like we all like looked up to like John Cena as that guy for like just WWE. When you think of WWE, you think of John Cena, bro. And the it's so sad how they just, it's so sad how I don't know if it was John Cena idea, which I don't know why he would want to go out that way, but it just seemed like that he just, I get it that you do things for the company, but damn, man, like I really wish that Triple H would have told him to do it this way, you know, to do it this way because this is what your fans want and not necessarily what the hell he wants, you know. I wish they would have done his retirement match so much better, dude. It's so sad that his retirement match just went down like that. Like, think of all the legends that retired, dude. Like, all the legends that retired, bro, they had like a great retirement match, dude. The build up for it was great. Perfect example, the Ric Flair. I'm gonna keep saying this. The whole damn Ric Flair versus Shawn Michaels retirement match. That was perfect. It was perfect, dude. And I understand that. And John Cena doesn't even have that much aura to the fucking point where it didn't. I don't even think Gunther needed to beat John Cena for Gunther to be that top guy. I think he's gonna be that top guy regardless. I mean, think about it. They let Austin Theory. They let Austin Theory beat John Cena. I wish what would have happened was I really wish that they would have just made it where John Cena versus Randy Orton, just because Randy Orton is currently in the WWE and that was by far his best rivalry. They should have done it like that, and John Cena should have still held his he should have still been holding the whole WWE Championship belt. That's what I really wish they would have done. They should have turned Randy Orton a heel, let him go against babyface John Cena for the very, very last time. Let Randy Orton win it, and then after that, man, you get you a whole. However they try to book it. After that, you get you a whole Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes. That's how they should have booked it. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. If we're talking about money here and what's going to get people to buy tickets and stuff like that, dog. The main event being John Cena's last matches against John Cena and Randy Orton. What the hell? Oh my God, I'm buying. I have to go. That shit would have been so big, bro. That would be something that people will always talk about.
Odds time and time again, who made Never Give Up a global movement, tapped out in his retirement match. The symbolism couldn't be more insulting. It basically dismantled everything Cena's character represented. Cena deserved a send-off that honored his contributions to the business. Instead, he got treated like just another guy on the roster, someone Triple H could use for a few viral moments and then discard without a second thought. John Cena gave everything to WWE, and Triple H couldn't even be bothered to give him a proper goodbye. But it's not just the legends. Triple H's horrible booking hasn't even spared his own NXT creations.
Bayley. Yeah, they're not really doing anything with Bayley right now,
helped build the foundation of WWE's modern women's division. Her matches in NXT are still considered some of the best women's wrestling has ever produced. She reinvented herself as a heel and proved she could thrive in any role WWE gave her. Bayley was a cornerstone of the women's division, someone who could be relied upon to deliver in big moments and elevate whoever she worked with. Under Triple H's leadership, she's been completely lost in the shuffle. After the Damage Control faction split, Bayley has been directionless. And it's not just the lack of proper feuds that's insulting, it's how Bayley is treated in WWE's ecosystem.
They don't care about her,
check
man.
the posters, check the advertisements. Bayley is barely featured despite being one of the most accomplished women.
Bro, the female division right now is so it's kind of wild. It's kind of wild. I don't want to watch it right now, especially too with Bianca being out. It's so dry. I ain't gonna lie, it is so dry right now. The only people that they really care about, which is Jade Cargill, which is who is pretty good. I really like her. I definitely cannot wait for her match against Bianca Belair, which I know is gonna happen. They're still promoting Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, and that's pretty much about it, bro. It's not that many great women wrestlers right now in this era that we're in. Like, yeah, Bayley is great. Don't get me wrong, she's definitely great. Way better than Charlotte Flair in my damn personal opinion, but I'm trying to figure out where they could have her fit, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know if they're just trying to I don't know if they just don't see it no more. I don't know. Her matches are still pretty much the same, still pretty regular. They're not bad. I don't know. Maybe
the entire roster. This is a woman who has held every major women's championship. She's carried entire divisions when needed. And now she's just an afterthought. Yep. But hey, at least Bayley still has a job on the roster. Unlike this next superstar who got over on his own only to be booted out by Triple H.
Karrion Kross, yeah, he was very good on the mic.
Karrion Kross was an absolute monster in NXT. His presentation was unlike anything else on the roster. The ominous entrance with Scarlett, the aura of danger he carried, the way he dismantled opponents with calculated brutality. Kross was a force of nature that felt like a final boss in a video game. He dominated NXT and looked like an unstoppable wrecking machine that would terrorize the main roster for years to come. Triple H himself booked that run in NXT, so you'd think he understood what made Kross special. Right. Instead, when Kross hit the main roster under Triple H's creative control, he got lost in the shuffle. The worst part is that Kross actually had momentum during the build to WrestleMania 41. Yep. Fans were invested. The pieces were in place for him to finally break through. This was the perfect time to pull the trigger and at least give Kross a mid-card title run that could reestablish him as a legit threat. Yeah. All the ingredients were there. All Triple H had to do was capitalize on the moment, but he didn't. Triple H let the momentum fizzle out, kept Cross spinning his wheels in meaningless matches, and then decided the best course of action was to fire him entirely.
Crazy.
Triple H personally built Karrion Kross into a dominant champion in NXT. He knew what the character was capable of, and yet, when given the chance to utilize him properly on Raw or SmackDown, Triple H failed spectacularly and then released him while fans were behind him.
Did him and Braun Breaker ever have a match,
Triple
guys?
H's biggest flaw as a booker. He hoards talent, brings in performers with huge potential, and then has absolutely no plan for them.
Oh my God, bro, I just realized I'm praying to God that I hope Finn Balor is on this list, because yes, Finn Balor is way too great where he is at right now to be in a tag team role. Like, let him go for the IC belt or US belt or something, bro, or even world heavyweight belt or universal championship. It doesn't matter. I don't know why they're holding back Finn Balor. I don't understand it, and especially too with the whole Judgment Day in general. I really feel like that they don't really need to be like a whole tag team. No, they really don't need to be in a tag team anymore, bro. They can really just be solo, or if they are, I really feel like that they should be the ones trying to hold maybe like each belt. I kind of want the Judgment Day to kind of recruit like another like member or some shit like that, that could join them and just go for all the belts, similar to what the Bloodline is doing. Hopefully something like that will work out, where the Judgment Day end up going against the Bloodline or something like that. The not even Bloodline, but this whole new team with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed and stuff like that. Or even better, they just go against Jey Uso and Jimmy, since they're the tag team champions right now or something like that. But I don't know. I'm kind of confused on what they're trying to do with
once they arrive.
Finn Balor. I don't think he's on his list.
But while Cross's situation was frustrating, AJ Styles' booking has been straight up disrespectful.
Yeah, AJ Styles in a tag team.
AJ Styles is one of the greatest
It's
wrestlers
insane.
to ever live. When he joined WWE under Vince McMahon's regime, he was immediately positioned as a top star.
Yeah.
Styles wasn't treated like an indie guy who needed to prove himself.
Yeah.
He was presented as a main eventer from day one, and the booking
Why is AJ Styles a tag team? Why is he even those type of matches tag team champion, bro? He should be going for the big belt, bro. The damn Universal Championship belt or something like that, bro. That's like almost equivalent to putting the damn he was a tag team champion. I was about to say putting Batista and Rey Mysterio, but I forgot they were tag team champions. But it's almost equivalent to putting goddamn Randy Orton back into the tag team division again. It doesn't make sense. I didn't even like when he was teaming up with Matt Riddle during that time, bro. It's so dumb, but
reflected that respect. AJ became WWE champion with a reign that lasted over 300 days. He consistently main evented shows. He was featured prominently on the card. Vince understood what he had in AJ Styles and made sure the entire world knew it too. But under Triple H, AJ Styles has been demoted to just another guy lost in the mid-card shuffle. The World Championship reigns are gone. The main event programs are gone. The treatment as a top-tier star is gone. Now AJ is stuck in forgettable feuds, working solid matches that nobody remembers a week later because there's no story attached to them. He's become exactly what Triple H has turned the entire roster into. A good worker who puts on decent matches but has zero character development and zero meaningful storylines to make fans actually care. What makes this even more tragic is that 2026 is reportedly AJ Styles' final year in WWE. This is the last chance to give one of the all-time greats a proper send-off. The last opportunity to put him in meaningful programs that honor his legacy and contributions to the business. And yet, there's absolutely no indication that Triple H plans to do anything special with AJ's remaining time. Based on everything we've seen from Triple H's creative direction, AJ will probably work a few more forgettable mid-card matches, maybe get a win or two, and then quietly ride off into the sunset, probably jobbing to Jey Uso without getting the farewell he deserves.
Yeah, more than likely, this was a great video, but more than likely what's going to happen is they're going to probably just finish AJ Styles last year. They'd be just stuck in tag team matches. He's going to probably go get Jey Uso and Jimmy and stuff like that, lose. Whatever. I don't get it. I don't know. But yeah, Triple H, man, yeah. Triple H, man. Listen, it's gonna be a whole new year. I believe in the comeback story, man. I feel like you can rewrite your whole story, man, your whole booking. You can make this thing great again, bro. 100%. Thank you guys so much for watching. My boys. Peace.